Drums. More drums. I like drums. Can you believe they added this to the game? It doesn't really respond as much. Is he hitting the back one? Oh, that's what it is. These are awesome. The sounds are a little underwhelming. You can't really make any good beats without it. Well, if you didn't know already, I'm the drummer nerd, and these are drums in ARK. This is my favorite game with one of my favorite things. How awesome is that, man? Alright, well, yet again, I am the drummer nerd, and welcome back to my ARK Let's Play series. As you can see, we're playing around with the War Drum, which was just released today. By the time you're seeing this, it's actually going to be yesterday, but that's alright. And we're having a little bit of fun with just playing around, you know. Unfortunately, it's not going to be nearly as fun for me on a single-player world as it would be in a server environment, but maybe we'll get a little bit more use out of these on the Sandbox Survivors server. I just like doing this. I like watching his arms flail around in the air. Alright, back to business. Also, I noticed, for some reason, and I don't know if this is part of the design, because these are still new, but I could not place these on the ground anywhere but on a platform like on my Quetzal here. So, you know, again, can't really do much with them. They're kind of a vanity thing. Still pretty fun. Our goal today, though, is to expand on the base a little bit. Mostly because I have a ton of dinos. And when I say ton of dinos, I mean a ton of dinos. We got a bunch of new dodos. I don't remember if that raptor's been here since the last time we've been at the base. I moved everybody a little bit because of what I wanted to do today. I got a huge old pack of dilos. I wanted their eggs. In fact, I also cranked up the settings for egg laying on the single player mode, which doesn't seem to have done anything because I've been on for about an hour and a half and I've still only gotten maybe 1 or 2 eggs. What can you do? No big deal. But we've got a lot of dinos and they're just kind of hanging out in the middle of the whatever this is, canyon, just kind of chilling, and it doesn't really work for me anymore. There's too much stuff going on here. It's too difficult to look around for the eggs. I have to always constantly go and stare at the dinos' butts. See what's going on. You got anything shiny coming out of your butt, guys? And this is irritating. So, you know, if we had a cool barn, let's say, where everything could easily gather, well, I think that would be a whole lot better than this. So, my idea is, and this is going to follow a design I was playing around with on... What are you doing? What is this dodo doing? Hey, what are you doing over here? Come here. Come on. Are you stuck? No. Okay. We're okay then. We're alright. The dodos lay eggs like crazy. We wanted to play around with a configuration that I had set up, a little bit of a build that I had set up on the Sandbox Survivors server, which I've seen in practice before, and it seems to work pretty well. And it's using ramps as a way to more easily gather the eggs. You put the dino up on the ramp, the eggs will drop on the ramp, and they'll roll down to the ground where you can little easier. You'll have a little easier collection, we'll say. So what we did was we got a little bit of foundation here, because this ground over here is a little bit more even than what we're used to, but it's not the most even thing. So I wanted to play around with actually setting down some of the foundations first for the building and get an idea of how this is going to be organized before we actually did anything. Now, the one that I built on the Sandbox Survivor server was a little bit wider than I'm going to make this one. Mostly because that one's going to have to house a lot more dinos than I'm probably going to have. And, you know, truthfully, we can just expand it a little bit if we really need to get a little bit more space. So I'm thinking that we can probably do this, I don't know, 5 to 6 wide with the ramps. And we can probably go all the way to the back of the building. I don't need 2 ways to get in. And we're going to build something with the ramps, so we're going to build something with the troughs to keep them fed, to have an easy way for all the eggs to drop. And, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit of work into at least the foundation, I guess you would say, of this, kind of the outline of it. And I'll bring you guys back in when we've done a little bit of work. So I wanted to get some of the ramps down. And, you know, there's no thatch ramps, so we had to use the regular old ramps and regular old walls, because I was afraid that if I put too many of these things down with thatch walls, that when I replace the wall, it might break. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, we did it. So I think that we'll do this particular space for some of the smaller creatures. Probably the scorpions. I should be able to fit everyone in here on one side. Maybe the dilos as well. And it's a little bit of a... No, never mind. We didn't need to do that. Sorry. I needed to place some foundations in the back here to get these walls up. It wouldn't let me snap without the foundations, but I was able to rip the foundations out and fix that. So, there's no space back there like I thought there was going to be, which is good news. So check it out. We got a little bit of these sloped wedge wall things because we're getting a little fancy. Not too fancy, just a little bit fancy with the design on this thing. You going to let me place? Okay, there's one. Let's try this one. Sweet. So now we can have this cool sloped roof dealy going on here. Which I think I have enough of the sloped roofs, but now that I think about it, I don't have enough walls yet. What do we got? I wonder if this will let me finish these without the walls. No, that's kind of curious looking. Okay. Almost there. Huh. Wonder if we even want those walls. That's kind of an interesting look. Wonder what happens if I break this wall. Do you dare me? Do you dare me to do it? Oh, wait. Ooh. It didn't do anything bad. So that's good news. It's kind of an interesting design. Nice little open bit. Should at least keep the rain from getting in there, which is just, you know, irritating. I don't know. You guys tell me. Should I finish that up with the walls or should I leave it be? I want to hear about it in the comments. You better tell me about it in those comments, guys. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. All right? Okay. So, now I want to see if one of the scorpions fits well on there. Probably should have tested that sooner, but here we are. You get a saddle. And let's see, will you make it up the foundation? Sweet, you do. Oh boy. Okay, what do we got? Oh, okay, so the slopes are going to be a little bit of a problem here, it looks like. I don't really want to take away the one that those snap to, just in case. But let's see. All this stuff is... Oh, okay, maybe first person? So much trial and error. Is it just a matter of that the ramp's not tall enough for you? Do I get stuck on you if that happens? I do. I mean, you can grab the eggs from here, but with all the scorps in here, it's going to be a little bit of a pain. Dang, I really didn't want to have... You going to let me jump back on? You going to let me jump back on? Come on. Okay. Scoot up. Oh, okay. I was just stuck. Okay. Will that work? I can run right down the middle. Alright, so these gotta go. Maybe if I move the roof up one, I can put the cool slants in, but I don't know. It was a cool idea, but it kind of limits my ability to build up higher if I want to. Which, you never know, I might. I don't know what I'm thinking half the time, but I don't know what future me is going to be thinking. That's impossible. Oh, we're encumbered. I got too much crap on me. Okay, well, let's just take that out. So I placed this other big old thatch rectangle thing down here because I wanted this to be kind of the layout for my larger dino barn thing. We're just going to call it a barn. Is that alright? Maybe I'll paint it red. That'd be kind of cool. So I wanted to see, because there's a little bit of a slope. Let me just get this stuff off me. This is painful. This is painful. Okay, should be able to move around easier now. So check this out. There's a little bit of a slope here. And in fact, there's a little bit of a gap at the end here. And I haven't quite decided if that bothers me. Because the other alternative is to use ceilings and pillars, which will honestly bother me more, I think. So this should work. The nice part is that I think this is this 4 or 5 wide? 1, 2, 3, 4. We may need to go with a 5 wide design, though this one was what, 2? No, okay, the 4 wide will be fine. With the larger dinos, you definitely need to double up on the ramps. And we found that with something as big as a trike, in order for it to not just be still standing on the ramp, you wanted to kind of build a little platform for it to stand on. So I've left enough room for me to build that platform over the top here. And I'm thinking this little gap in between will be a good spot to have both of the troughs. This one here I'm going to have to move. And we'll have to put one in for meat and one in for spoiled meat as well. But, I'll tell you what, let's see. Oh my gosh, it's hard to get on the back of this thing. Let me on. Okay. I love the skittering. Okay, all right. Are you good there? Is that solid? That seems pretty solid. Okay. Why don't you give me your saddle? Okay. Progress is being made. Let's move some of these guys out, huh? Come on. You take the saddle. Skitter, 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 skitter. It's going to be nice having all these guys organized and make it a little easier to get those eggs, because, man, it's irritating when you're having to, again, just kind of come up and look up their butt. You got one for me? Huh? Where are my eggs? Anyways. The next step here really is, you know, we need to update this base a little bit. I've been thinking about the fact that with all the content that just keeps coming out, we're always so interested in making sure that we get the newest content out as available as quickly as possible. And, you know, because of that and because of some of the big things we've been trying to do with Creature... Whoa, okay. Hey. Stop glitching through the ramp, please, and just stand on it. Alright. We're going to be alright. So, you know, we got this awesome T-Rex. That was awesome. We got the Spino that, oh yeah, check it out, by the way. That says level 200. That thing is so strong. It's awesome. I will say, though, they're pretty awesome when you're moving around in water. On land, they're not terribly fast. So, if you've not used the Rex versus the Spino before, if you find yourself in the water a lot or traveling around in the water, the Spino is, I think, a little better. If you're on land, the Rex does seem to move faster, so that's probably going to be my preference for most land missions. And whenever we decide we want to go romp around Carno Island, destroying everything we can see, I take the Spino. With all the fun stuff we've been doing, though, we've been neglecting the heck out of this base. I mean, look, you know, we're level what? What level are we now? 84? That kind of craziness. And, we haven't really done a whole lot with the base in a while. I mean, we got this kind of cool box-looking thing, and I really wish that the paint would save. Starting to get a little irritated with that. I can fit this one, I think. Can I fit this one? Oh, you're... Oh! Yeah, okay. Wow! Alright, let's try again. Come on. Come on, you're good at this. You're in the wall. That's not gonna work. Well, you know what that means. This one's gonna have to go on the other side. And we'll figure out whether or not I'm OCD enough to need to... Well, come on. Come on! Stop being stuck. Oh, goodness. So, if you have the real estate, build these a little wider, because this is slightly irritating. Only slightly, though. We'll deal with it. One thing I really want to do here soon is get as much metal as we can to build... Well, we're just going to skip stone, man. We're going to go straight for metal. We're going to make everything really cool and, you know, modern looking and use all the latest and greatest technologies to build some cool metal stuff and, you know, sweet elevators. Because, you know, gathering wood and everything from down here is cool and all, but it's getting irritating having all that wood down here. You know what? You can just hold on to that for me, buddy. Everybody's good? Alright, everybody's good. I have no idea how I'm going to get anything else in there, but, you know, grabbing wood down here is kind of cool, but it's not as cool as being up there. And though the Quetzal can pick up this guy, which is what I've been doing, and it's really cool. I don't know if you've seen this yet. Ooh, no, okay. The Quetzals can pick up mammoths. And we just bring Mogarth up to the top here. Drop him right down. Good to go. Right? It's pretty cool. But I think an elevator would be even cooler. Maybe a little less practical since this doesn't really cost us anything else. But you know what? I want an elevator. We're going to get an elevator. Alright, so let's put a little bit more work into this. I've done enough talking. Let's put a little bit more work into building up this place. And see if we can get the rest of the dinos inside. I think we'll finish building up this secondary spot here, the larger one. And we're also going to build kind of an aviary thing on the second floor in the top. Ooh, dehydrated. So we'll play around with that a little bit more, and I'll show you guys what I end up with. Check that out. They're all up there. I put them all in. They made it. Spatina's kind of chilling at the corner here. These guys were a pain in the rear. Yeah, I didn't make any ramps or anything, so trying to get them all up there actually required dropping them off with Thabatha over here. Once I got them in, I kind of had to make them follow, jump off the back here, and then do an unfollow before they went over the edge. Major pain. But you know what? They're all in there. And the good test of whether or not this is working is the fact that all that poop is rolling down, which I actually kind of need. And they give me your poops. Thank you for your patronage. We continue. Okay, we made it back. Let's see what we got here. Quite a bit of foundation, which is going to be the first thing we're going to do. We're going to replace all this thatch down here with the wood foundation. I should have enough of what I'm looking for to accomplish most of this. Luckily, it's really not that big of a deal to go up. Whoa, okay, drag in. It's not a big deal to go up top with the mammoth and get all the materials that we need. Plenty of wood to be had up top there. Okay, let's see. Whoa! Little bit of that thatch lag. Never thought I would say that phrase, and I'm not sure whether or not I made enough foundations. Math is not strong with me tonight, I guess. Oof. Oh, I can reach all the way down there. Maybe the maths is strong with me. I think I might have actually got the right number. Though I need to replace the foundation I have at the end there. This is my kind of little ramp. We'll figure that out when we actually get to that point, though. Sweet. Okay, so wood all the way around. Now I need to grab at least one wall. In fact, we're going to grab 2 walls. And these walls are going to kind of act as the anchor for the ramps so that we can build up on the ramps. Let's see. I think we want them on the back side here. So let me dump one on this side. And let me dump one on this side. And this build seemed to work pretty well for me over on the server side, so I wanted to try bringing that in over here and see if it works. It could be a rousing success, or it could be a minor failure, but, you know, it's probably not the most efficient thing in the world. I'm happy with it, though. Let's see. Okay, so I need to go actually one more up with the wall there in order to place this the way that we had it before. So let's see. We'll do it on just one side for now so we can see it in action. That way I can expand off of the ceilings too. But now that I'm thinking about this, this is the exact same width as the other one, and this is a little bit too wide. But we aren't really hurting for real estate, so it should be okay. So you build one roof off of there, or one ramp, I should say, off of there. And there's a second ramp. And that is good enough for trikes to get up. Though they don't seem to stay very well if you just put them on the ramp. So we'll have to build some ceilings over the top. Which would be kind of cool because it'll act as a little bit of a ceiling cover for... Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about it now too. I might even be able to just put these on without the... Come on, snap. Snap! Why you no snap? Okay, no, we do need to get the rest of the walls. That's fine. That's not a big deal. So let's play around with these ceilings before I break to go grab the rest of the walls that we need. I only need half. I'm really only going to be able to place a couple of these down right now. But the idea was we could go 1 or 2 out. I'm pretty sure it was 2. And the trike could kind of stand up on here. Oh, you know what? I have one. Why don't we bring one up and we'll show you what I'm talking about. We're going to need a number more trikes than I have now. Come on. Oh, the fat one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me out on this side. Okay, there we go. You, poop machine. Come over here. Yes, you will be okay. Yeah, uh-huh. The trick with a lot of these things, too, is I'm going to have to be very, very careful about what buttons I push because I just see myself one of these days whistling all to follow and watching all these guys that I've carefully placed come cruising out to hang out. Okay, so go up. This is what I'm talking about here. So if you put them on just the ramp, it's mostly fine, but I'm pretty sure you hit your head. The tail's in the way. It may or may not be a big issue, but you can see where we start to lose a little bit of real estate. If there was a ramp on this side, which, did I? I only built one wall, didn't I? Let's build another wall and let's put the other ramps down, or at least 2 of these other ramps down. What do I need? Another 8 wood. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Oh, wow. That was perfect. I stopped counting about halfway through that little tirade there. Okay. Let's see what we get. Yeah, you can already see that we're going to lose a ton of real estate in this little tiny building if I leave that trike where it's standing. But if we push up a little bit more, we'll get all the space that we need. And I can put a number of these larger herbivore dinosaurs in here because they'll be walking space. Ooh. Oh, there we go. We're back. So what I'll do is, let me on. Let me on. Just want to ride. We step up a little bit further, like so. And now they're no longer in the way, but they're still on the ramp, so anything that drops will, as it's supposed to, drop and roll down. And I can do the same thing on this side, and hopefully we won't have any issues with those dinos. So I'm going to finish building this up, and we'll be right back. Oh man, these things move funny. We're gonna get there. We're gonna do it. Okay, let's you go up. Stay. Thank you. Nah, you know what? You can just hold on to it. Yeah, we have too many males in here anyway. But I wanted to get them out of my way because look, I moved most of them. Now, there's still a couple of randoms out here. We're going to have to figure out how I'm going to deal with that. Not all of these are going to end up having egg farms. So we'll just want a cool place where we can keep the rest of the random aminals. But yeah, check it out. We got a pretty cool little build going on here. Let me show you what I ended up getting. So one of the things I did over here was I built up the wall 3 high and put a ceiling on to make sure that it would cover the trikes. Unfortunately, that is how high it's going to have to be to cover the trikes. I couldn't go any lower than that, but that's okay. In order for us to place the walls on these outer rings here, I needed some kind of foundation underneath, which is going to be these pillars, which you can see on the side here. I think it looks pretty cool from the underside. We'll have to do the same thing on this side too for symmetry, but I wanted to at least get some walls up just so we could see what was going on there. Replace these out with wood foundation, and I put a little ramp. And now we have feeding troughs. We've got spoiled meat, the regular meat that we're almost out of, and berries. Lots and lots of berries. I also took the males of the 2 groups in the small farm here, or the small barn, because there wasn't enough space for everybody realistically, and also we ran into a little problem, and that is that these buildings overlap just a little. It's hard to see from here. It looks like they wouldn't, but because of the way that this foundation is laid here, you can actually see just a little that those overlap. And the problem is the scorpion's claws go through a little bit, and I couldn't get this ceiling tile down. So I ended up having to take the scorpions out, which was, yeah, irritating, but it's okay. These guys are still fine, and all the dilos are still fine. But it looks like at some point here we're going to have to move this guy out a little bit more. And I might see if I can just snap to the walls up here and see if we can do anything with that, but not 100% sure on that. When we're done with everything, I'm going to put a ceiling on the top of this, and we'll build one more level on top, which is going to be kind of our aviary, and we'll keep the pteranodons and the argies up in that room. And we'll have a nice little organization of all the creatures, so I don't have to look at all of them all the time, even though I love them so much. It does get a little bit cluttered in here, and I will enjoy the organization. So thanks again for watching another episode of my ARK Survival Evolved series. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do enjoy hearing from you guys, so please, if you have any ideas, if you have any thoughts, any comments, or if you just want to say hi, drop a comment in the comments below, and as you'll probably notice, I respond to everything. And if you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at @TheDrummerNerd. I'm always on there, and I love talking to people. Love, love, love it. Thanks again, everyone. Bye-bye.